Hey.
Steel in one hand.
Gold in the other. Who are you?
Call me Rook. Lord of Fortune, like you. Taash, right?
Yeah. You're with the Lords. Why don't I know you?
I had to make myself scarce after things got dicey.
It's the Lords. Things are always dicey.
Isabella also said she'd kick my ass from here to Antiva if I didn't leave town for a bit.
You know Isabella? Okay, let's get to work.
Great. What are we doing?
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
For gold and glory. They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey! I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benari Bala! A Tashmar Tarost! A Sitarala! Kyuto!
Yunasi Beshidan.
Tarala!
Come on!
Wonderfully done, Taash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. And you managed it despite this former crew member tripping you up the whole time.
We're here. The Antam aren't. You don't like it, go fight the dragon yourself.
And ruin my hat, please.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
That looks like Kunari art, but I've never seen anything that old.
You have a good eye. It is refreshing to see that some younger Kunari can still appreciate the culture that brought them across the sea.
Rook, this is Shathann. She's our expert on Kunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatash. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
We expect some dragon trouble, so we need a dragon hunter. You'll feel right at home.
Hooray.
Our contact here said you'd agreed to join us.
Didn't Shathann... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Taash. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, wipe your boots next time.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam. I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Vinek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
Your mother doesn't mince words. I like that.
Yeah, she's a lot.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
For gold and glory.
Right. You were one of us. How'd you end up here?
I upset the wrong nobles in Ravane.
Ugh, those assholes.
That's what I said when I kept one of them from running off with a dangerous artifact. Isabella sent me with Varric until things cooled down.
Ugh, politics. The lords don't take me on political jobs.
Lucky you.
Traps and dragons. That's what I'm good with. Traps and dragons are simple.
What's the most interesting trap you've run into?
Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to spell out the name of a god or something.
Probably.
I don't read elven. Found handholds in the ceiling and swung across.
Well, that sounds more like a puzzle than a trap.
Ugh, puzzles.
See, I like some puzzles, but not when they're just thrown in.
Right?
I ran into one while traveling with Varric. It was one of those who sits in which seat things.
Ugh. Where the guy with an axe has to sit to the left of the guy who likes brandy?
Oh, exactly. Who cares that much about seating arrangements? Why is that controlling the lock on an ancient treasure chest?
It's Vashidon. Just pick a chair.
We didn't have a dragon hunter when I was with the lords. Why do they care about dragons now?
Lots of great old crap ends up in dragon hordes.
Why do dragons care about gathering treasure? It's not like they go to the market.
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything glittery catches their eye.
So they're like really large magpies?
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they could kill a dragon.
And don't forget the loot. Stolen treasure in your hand, traps snapping shut all around you.
Hey, we're not thieves. We don't steal.
Barb's team literally stole the big prize sword from the Grand Tourney of Starkhaven.
Starkhaven's full of assholes. It doesn't count as stealing from them. You don't screw over anyone who can't afford it.
If the Lords of Fortune ever get a coat of arms, we should print that on the bottom in Old Tavine.
My mother works with them. That's how I met the lords in the first place.
When I left, Ravane was trying to figure out whether to arrest us or ignore us. How do they feel these days?
They were angry for a while. Then the Antom invaded.
I don't remember meeting your mother when I ran with the Lords. What does she do? Appraisals?
Yeah. She tells them how rare something is. How much it might be worth. Also tells them if they found something cultural.
Cultural?
You know, important. Stuff you don't want going to some rich noble's collection. The lords send that stuff back to the Qunari in Parvalin. They pay the lords a finder's fee.
They've put a lot of thought into it. Probably more than I did when I collected relics.
Just thinking about the gold.
And the glory, too. Can't forget the glory. Though if I defeat these gods, I'll have cornered the market there.
The lords are good people. They helped my mother when she came here from Kantar. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes on her back. The only skill she had was Qunari history. The lords gave her work.
Get some rest. We'll be in the thick of it soon enough.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Ravane later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat? Or traps?
Nah.
All right. Just let me know when.
Hey. Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
Look at you, feeding the birds.
My mother made me do it when I was young. Sent me out here every night with dinner scraps.
We're a ways from town.
She said I had a lot of energy to burn off. Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic, or...?
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
The Antom called you Adari?
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks Adari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds. My mother left the Qun not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalan. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with the child?
The Qun isn't a prison. People can leave if they want. You little guys hungry?
Do you miss living under the Qun?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me. There's enough for all of you. Shathann was worried about what the Kunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antom, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. There you go. Come on. Over here's where I practice.
Why not on the beach?
Don't want to scare the birds. We just fed them. What the crap is that?
The Antom must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vosh Vatari! Come on. These banners need to burn. Gotcha.
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Ew.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ooh, ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
And I guess that's the trade-off of being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
An Antom supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch. All right.
Wow. It burned right through it.
Yep. Melt some metals, not all.
How'd you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby. This way.
More birds to feed?
Something like that. Karash, it's Taash. I brought food.
Avatash! It's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. They're a friend.
A friend. All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
No good being stuck in the rain. You gonna be okay?
My shelter is enough. It's better for me than being inside.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Be careful out here. We saw banners from Anton patrols.
I saw them. They did not see me. I will stay safe.
Okay. Let me know if they bother you.
I am at peace, Evatash. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathann said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Evatash.
Panaheydan. I'll see you soon.
So the dragon hunter has a softer side.
The Qun says you take care of people.
So you're a little Kunari, a little Rivani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
Not always easy, is it?
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing. So what's not always easy?
I've been a Tevinter galley slave, a Lord of Fortune, and now part of a team fighting elven gods. Just once, I'd like to be one thing, you know?
Yeah. I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Ravain were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Qun and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
But to the Antam, you and I are just for shoth, right?
Yeah. Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. You know what I meant.
She always did like the grumpy ones. In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again, Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panaheydan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
Don't let her ruin your mood. This was nice.
Yeah, it was. Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Taash, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. That I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy.
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
I wasn't raised under the Qun, but our people believe some jobs are for men and others are for women.
Yep.
You dress like a warrior. And for Kunari, warrior is a man's job. Is that why your mother said what she said?
No. I mean, maybe. But it's fine. She says stuff like that all the time.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Taash, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
I used to tell myself things that sounded like what you were saying. I felt wrong in my own skin. I didn't know why. I figured everyone felt like that, so I pushed it away and tried not to think about it. Until one day, I finally realized what was wrong. I'd grown up in this box the world made for me. This is what a man is, this is what a woman is. But I wasn't a man, and I wasn't a woman. I was me.
So, what? You just changed?
I asked a lot of questions to people willing to talk with me about it. Then one night, I closed my eyes and let myself imagine living my life. Not as a man or a woman, but as me. Being free as myself. Something opened up in my chest, like I'd relaxed a muscle I'd clenched my whole life without realizing it. And after I finished crying, I started making plans. Because once I learned that I could feel that way about myself, I was never going back.
And you're saying... I'm... like you?
One of the first things you told me was, you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me, or dealing with some other pain, well, only you can figure that out.
Okay. I'll try. And... thanks for telling me about... you.
Anytime. Hey, am I interrupting?
Done in a sec. Morning ritual. The Darsam. You're Qunari. Your family teach you about them?
Little bit. Binding the ropes symbolizes you're tied to the Qun.
My mother made me do it every morning before breakfast. I had big fingers. Used to take me forever. Avatash. Shokotoebra. Only a beast is confounded by knots. A girl masters herself and the Darsam.
Sounds like your mother was hard on you.
Nah.
I think your fingers are just perfect.
Yeah. So... are you trying to have sex with me?
Hadn't really thought that far ahead, but maybe?
Quick, think about us having sex. So now we need to figure out if it's cash lock or Tom lock.
And those are...
Cash lock's just flirting. You look and make jokes and maybe think about him for fun. Tom lock is serious. Like you want to grab that and taste its neck right by the collarbone. So which is it?
So, which one was serious? There was something about tasting the neck?
Tom lock.
That's maybe where I'm at.
Good. Me too.
Remember your argument with Nev when I told you about figuring out who I was?
Yeah, it helped. Why are you bringing it up now?
I wanted to make sure you remembered before we did anything.
Shut up. You're fine. I just said it was Tom lock. We'll figure out what works as we go.
Well, this may be the shortest version of this conversation I have ever had. Okay. What now?
Usually I'd pin you to the wall, but we work together. It's weird.
Rook, Taash, glad I caught you both. The Grey Wardens found a cave that one of the blighted dragons uses as its lair.
Where?
In the Husberg wetlands. There's no sign of the dragon itself, though.
I should check it out. We need to know how different the blighted dragons really are. They might turn into something like Gillenane's archdemon did. If there's a clue, I have to be ready.
Taash, what are you doing?
She's not in her lair. I was ready. I could have fought her.
Taash.
Doesn't matter. I can still look for clues. See if she'll turn into a monster like Gillenane's archdemon did. I have to figure this out. I'm a dragon slayer.
Not right now, you're not.
Vashwatar!
Stop and think. You rushed in alone with no plan. That's how a dragon slayer handles the hunt?
Wait. Look at that.
Ropes.
Kunari ropes. The Antam. They're the ones who've been blighting the dragons for the gods. Those fucking ropes. They tie her down with these ropes so they can blight her. They turn her into something blighted and ugly and wrong. Some she was never supposed to be. Shakratoa, bruh. I've got to be ready to fight her. I'm a dragon slayer.
Taash.
I'm a crappy Kunari. I'm not really Ravani. I'm no good as a daughter. I'm not even... I can't even be a woman right. I have to be a dragon slayer.
Taash. I know what you're going through right now. Sometimes stuff gets... I don't know, all twisted up. You get angry because it's easier than facing what's really there. Because what's really there feels too big. You are not blighted or ugly or wrong. If you feel like you are, it's only because there's something you need to face.
My mother put these ropes on me. She tied me up. Why did she do that? Is it because I didn't fit as a woman? Is it why I don't fit as a woman?
Oh, Taash.
You told me you didn't feel like a man or a woman. How you wanted to just be yourself.
That's right.
And I like how it feels when I imagine myself that way. But... I'm not supposed to breathe fire. Am I not supposed to feel like this? What does she want me to be?
Your mother tried to stop you from breathing fire because she was worried the Anton would find you. Did she ever try to stop you from being a warrior?
She didn't love it. She never stopped me.
Because she wanted you to be the powerful, beautiful person you are.
Person. not woman.
You tell me, Taash. What feels right to you?
Then person. And using they for myself. I really like how that feels. But I don't want this to mess up stuff with you. I need to know if it changes how you feel about me.
Hey, I told you I was interested. You need some time? No worries. But I'm not walking away.
I want to keep doing this with you anywhere that isn't a blighted dragon's lair.
Fair point.
Okay, bye. Hey, good. I wanted to ask you something. My mother and I have a weekly dinner thing. I was gonna meet her in Ravane. You could come with me. As, you know, with me. If you want.
I'd love to.
You're late. And you brought a guest.
Taash invited me.
I will set another plate. She did not tell me you were coming.
I don't smell the Iskop. We always have Iskop on Tuesdays.
I am not yet finished with my studies. I thought you would help me tonight.
And by help, you mean do it all. You haven't even chopped the melons.
You swing axes all day. Do you lack the strength to chop a few melons? The runes on the tablet are written in the old Kunari tongue, but they are incomplete.
So they never finished it?
No. It is clearly finished, but parts of letters have been hidden somehow, rendering the tablet unreadable.
What if it's got some kind of secret code, so that only the right people can read it?
That is unlikely. I have studied the first expedition for decades. I have never seen the writing encoded.
What do you mean, the first expedition?
The Bas teach our people that the Kunari landed on Thedas 300 years ago, in the Steel Age. This is true, but incomplete. Almost 1,000 years earlier, the first expedition came only to vanish. They were Kunari who predated the Qun itself. That is what I study.
Here, food's ready.
This is not Iskap.
It was gonna take too long. I wanted to be out here with you two.
I see. I'm glad you made time to visit, if not to prepare the meal.
Maybe next time you'll let me know I'm cooking.
I will not trouble you, now that I know you are preoccupied.
Okay. Bye. That was nice.
Was it?
Well, you're nice.
She used she. You haven't told her yet.
I was going to. Then we got here and she was like that.
Telling her might be more trouble than it's worth.
I'll tell her soon. She deserves to know.
This isn't about her. You deserve better.
Thanks.
So, does the fire feel like a part of you? Or I don't know, like something else inside you?
No, it has to be me.
Has to? What if it's not?
How?
Sometimes the stone magic feels like something else in me. It's me. but it's not me. You know?
You have to feel the magic as part of you. You can't control it till you admit it's yours.
Glad you've got a handle on it.
I'd burn the place down by accident if I didn't.
Like I said.
It's not that different from what you do. Fire and stone are just training. Like you swinging an axe.
Well, neither of you are casting spells. These are just things you can do.
Yeah.
You make it sound so easy.
You know how many times I set my bed on fire? My mother had to get special sheets. You'll get there.
Rook's lucky to have you.
Yep.
Trophy from the Fang Scorcher.
She was a good fight. You kept your cool in the middle of a dragon fight.
People who can't keep their cool end up dead.
Or a meal.
Ouch. When you were standing over the dragon, you said something. Chakra to Ebra. It's the same thing your mother told you. You struggle the way you are.
You must struggle with what you are. It's what she told me when I was a kid. Still does. So I don't let the dragon out.
Meaning your fire breath.
It's not just about the fire. It's about how stuff makes me feel. What I do when I'm angry. And probably about you and me.
I care about what you think, not her.
No, I like being with you. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. My mother worries about how I get when I care about someone. I feel too much, like it's all I can see. I build it up in my mind, and then if it isn't like that in the real world, it's like I get stuck. I get the same way when I'm angry. Like the fire. The rage is all I have. I don't want to be that. I don't want it to mess up us.
Hey, I like your fire. I like how much you care about things, so stop apologizing.
You haven't seen all the bad stuff yet.
Well, when I do, we'll deal with it. But your fire is part of who you are, and I like who you are. In fact, it's probably because of your fire that we're still here, and that dragon isn't.
Yeah, guess you're right. I think I'm ready to talk with my mother about who I am.
Yeah?
I want her to see the real me. Might invite her to the lighthouse. Maybe that way she doesn't spend the whole time talking about that old tablet.
I'm still a little concerned about whoever sent the Anton. They mentioned the Dragon King.
Yeah, the asshole who's capturing dragons and blighting them for Gillinane. I'll ask Isabella to look for him. Still a stupid name. Dragon King. Dragons wouldn't have kings. They'd have queens. This is where we eat.
I see.
Shathann, it's good to see you again.
My child wished to show me where she now lived.
I made food. Here, Iskap. Made it myself.
And do you have powdered ginger for the table?
I'll go get some.
You are not good enough for my child.
That's not your call.
You are emotionally sloppy and lack the resolve she needs. You will only bring her pain.
You'd know all about bringing Taash pain, wouldn't you?
Yes. I was never taught how to be a mother. Under the Qun, children are raised by those suited to such pursuits. I trained as a scholar. I was taught to think critically, to analyze without passion, and correct mistakes. You need not tell me that I am an inadequate mother. I am aware.
Then why did you leave?
When I see my child in danger, I act.
Here's the ginger.
Thank you.
So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Cune, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a cunethlock. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evatash, Chakra to Ebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Then say it better! Why am I never enough for you?
I will go. Thank you for inviting me to your home. Panahedan.
If she can't accept you for who you are, then she's a crappy mother.
She is who she is. I'm okay. I'm not hiding anymore. How she takes it is her problem.
You sure?
Yeah. Come on. Don't let food go to waste. I got word from a Ravani seer. She found a spirit who could translate the tablet. I'm supposed to meet her on the beach.
You're not doing this alone. When do we leave?
Thanks. We can go whenever you're free.
After all this, if I break my neck climbing up here in the rain. Good thing there's such a good kisser. Hey, you need to burn off some energy. I can think of more pleasant ways to do it.
All that work. All the ancient Kunari crap that she died for. And what's the secret? More work? More responsibility? She can't just leave me with this. She can't just... leave me.
Hey, you're not alone here.
Sorry.
Shut up.
Okay. Thanks. The Kunari thought I was a mistake. The Dragon King thought I was a weapon. Shathann was the only one who believed in me. How did they forget everything the tablet said? How did they lose so much?
How long have the Kunari been at war with Tevinter? 300 and something years?
Around that?
You fight a war for 300 and something years, all your other problems have to sit and wait. The first bit of the tablet. Don't trust anything except what's written in the fire. Stories change. Eventually, people forget what they used to mean. Your mother knew that. The Kunari have forgotten so much. They won't be ready for whatever's next. Whether it's the devouring storm or something else.
But Ravane will. We've got a lot of Kunari who don't follow the Cune. And we can get more.
From where?
From the Antam. They already broke away from the Cune. They respect strength. Maybe we can kill the bad ones, and bring the rest in. Show them how to live outside the Cune. Like my mother did. I can do that for you. Tom. Hey, you up for drinks? I'm taking Balara to the Hilt for drinks with the Lords of Fortune. You should come. Isabella's paying.
Isabella's paying? for gold and glory, and free drinks. I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tash's back.
Oh, Taash isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Isabella's apology work for you, Taash?
Yeah. Just... I didn't expect the Lords to care about the stuff. Me being non-binary.
Kirkwall taught me about family. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I mean, to the, Lords.
Oh. Thanks. Hey,
Hey,
what do you want?
I wanted to tell you how I feel about you.
You've got to be kidding me. The last thing we need before a fight like this is a distraction.
A distraction?
Makes you stupid. Stupid gets you killed.
Refusing to talk about your feelings doesn't make them go away.
Why do we have to talk about it?
Because that's what people do.
You want me to say that I care about you? Why? So it hurts more when one of us gets killed? Forget it.
Well, that was... Yeah.
Hey, Rook. About what I said before,
You want to do this now?
just don't die. Don't die. Okay?
You too.
Hey, you okay?
No, but I will be.
Listen, let us get word to our allies. We've got this. You take care of yourself. I'll stop by your room in a while. You came back.
You're the main reason I came back. Now, as I recall, we have some unfinished business. Unless you still think it's a distraction.
Do I seem distracted?
I don't know. I might need to take a closer look.
Look fast.
Damn.
I will destroy anything that ever tries to hurt you.
Oh, sweet talker.
So... we're together now.
I hope so.
I don't know. I've never done this before. I've had sex. I meant being someone's...
Lover?
I'm never calling you that. Ever.
Consort?
No.
We'll figure something out.
I don't want to mess this up. How do I...
People who are together talk with each other. They communicate.
That sounds awful.
If you're not comfortable with it...
No. You being happy matters to me.
I love you too.
Tarala.
Tarala? That's the Kunari word for mine?
Yeah. Because that's what you are. Tarala. Should have let you actually sleep.
I'm glad you didn't.
Go to your room. I'll come by with tea to help you sleep. You want the lavender or the ginger?
I told you I'm fine.
Okay. But I still get to worry. We didn't lose anybody. We hit the city that the Antam couldn't conquer and got out clean. We've even got Nev back. We're gaining people.
We've planned this as best we can. Now it comes down to execution.
I'm really proud of you, Tarala.
Thanks, Taash.
You're doing great. You're gonna get us to Elgardon.
You ever imagine Lords of Fortune like us on this kind of job?
Hitting the Archon's palace? Free drinks at the Hilt for life. Hey, listen. You helped me figure out who I was. You helped me find me. And love me.
Shokra to Ebra, Taash. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I lost my mother with stuff left unsaid, so whatever happens, I'm a better person, because you came into my life. So, thanks. Now let's go kick some ass. A dragon hunter forging a new life for themselves. There are stories of love.
But those stories aren't over.